Hello, how are you? I hope that you are well. Let's continue with our lessons on the types of questions, methods of asking questions. As I take my water here, my concoction. Yeah. Uh, we want to proceed with our lesson. We have discussed other the methods of asking questions. Here I want to discuss with question about yes or no questions, method of yes or no question. This is a type of questionnaire that you may also require to use it in a very clear way. Yes or no questions are also called closed questions. They are also called closed questions because they are only two possible responses. Yes or no. You don't need to explain another thing, but you just need to answer yes or you answer it no. When forming a yes or no question, it must include one of these verbs. There are verbs to be or helping verbs which you need to use them. Be, do, have. Be, do, have. Or a modal verb. It is also impossible to ask yes or no question without one of these verbs. You can ask without one of these verbs. Yes or no questions are other name I've said it's a closed question. So in most cases you find that they are used along with the main verb in a sentence to make questions negative statements or passive and tenses. That's how you should understand by the yes or no questions. As we go very fast, we have others which is WH questions are starting with H words. W questions are starting with the H words. And we have 6 W's: what, when, where, who, whom, which, whose, why, how. How is part of the WH because it has WH. So that's why we include it into the WH questions. So these questions here, mostly they are used even in the questionnaire when we are giving examinations. You may find them regularly. We use them in exam to our students. Yeah, there are the questions, examples of that, you can write them yourself by using H, who questions, why questions, what questions. That one there I'll give you as a homework so that you may write them in your books. Write some two sentences using the word who, where, what, when, why, and how. Make sure that at the end you put a question mark. Don't forget to write a question mark on that. So let's go to another one. Is a multiple choice question. Multiple choice is composed of two parts: a stem that identifies the question problem and a set of alternative possible answers that contain a key that is the best answer to the question, or a number of distractors that help plausible but incorrect answers to the question. Yeah, so you find that such a question, a multiple choice, you've been given some multiple choices. You read the question. After reading the question, you go to the multiple choices, you check the possible answer there, then you tick or you answer it. Mostly also this one, we are using it also in our school examination, especially the primary level, is being used so that you can choose the best answer out of the given. We also have another one, is the embedded question. Embedded question. That one I'm going to spell the word embedded. Spell the word embedded. E-M-B-E-D-D-E-D. That's embedded question. It's a noun clause and can be used as a similar way to a noun. For example, we can use it as a subject or an object of the main clause. Embedded questions in a statement, like for example, I don't know where she works. I don't know where she works. I don't know where she works. Can you write that one? Write it down. I don't know where she works. I don't know where she works. Here, where she works is the object. Where she works is the object. An embedded question is that included inside another question or a statement. A question inside another question. Where she works is inside another statement. They are common after introductory phrases such as I wonder how, could you tell me how or when, could you do you know how to make, do you know, then how to make, you see, do you know what, you see, you come up with two questions. Those are called embedded questions. So, let's also stop there. Subscribe my channel. You're going to get the notes. I say that if you need notes, find my number of WhatsApp 0780 977 030. Subscribe my channel if you need video teaching, video lessons, so that you can understand properly. It's good to get the notes. Also, it's very good to listen to the video as a class. I think I want to give you another time also to go and refresh yourself, then you come back. Thank you very much. I wish you the best.